At this point of the year, NBA 2K can get very repetitive. Some people might even say it gets boring. Not me, because I'm a 2K head and that's all I do. Even if you're not bored of this game, this is still a very fun way to play the game. I don't know if you're like me, but back in the day, I always used to want to play an online Connected MyCareer with my friends. And finally, over the last couple of years, they made it so you could do that. But NBA 2K22 was bugged out. This year is revamped and it's a lot more fun. Let's get into it. Before we get started, I really do enjoy making these type of 2K videos, but 2K videos don't really do good no more. So if you guys want to support these type of videos, just scroll down and just tap that like button. It takes like 3 seconds. I appreciate you guys. Let's get into the video. So in order to set this up, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is tell everybody that's going to be in your league, go to features and go to create a player. Once you are done creating your player, scroll down, export player DNA, save and share player DNA, name it whatever, it doesn't really matter. Then once you're done with that, whoever's going to be the commissioner, go over and create the roster. So just press whatever era you guys want to play in. We did the modern era. You could also do injury free 2K roster, or you could even download a 2K share online roster that somebody made, but we just did the official. Once you're in on your roster, go over to free agency, sort by age by pressing square over age, go to a player, press the right stick and see if they have any games played. If it says 0 career high points, everything, you're good. Go over to edit this player. Then this time scroll down and press import player DNA, load and download. This is where you guys are going to find your friends created players. You could search by their gamer tag, which is their online ID, or whatever they named it. I just recommend going to online ID, it's probably easier. So once you find their thing, you're just going to select it and press import appearance and attributes, the first one right here, and it will put them in. Then just back out and press keep changes and return. Then you will be able to see the player that you just imported in free agency. For example, I'm going to show another one, so we're doing the same thing. 0, we're good. Edit the player. Again, scroll all the way down to import player DNA, load / download, and this time I'm going to search up my friend's online ID and do it that way and show you guys how to do that. So whenever you find his thing, go press import, keep changes, the same exact thing, and now you will see both of your guys' players. Do this for every single person that's going to be in the league. Now it's time to assign yourself to a team. Make sure you guys already chose which team you guys want to go to. Now this will happen most of the time. There will be too much players on that team. All you have to do is just go to whatever team you want, release a player. I released Goran Dragic right here. Go to your player in free agency, go back to yourself and just assign him back to that team and it will work. Do this for every single player that is going to be playing in your league. Once you're done creating the roster, make sure that you save it. Go over, create a new My NBA era, pretty much a My League. Go over, toggle on online, and then go to setup options, press triangle or Y, and make sure that custom roster is turned on. You guys could change any other settings, the play-in tournament. You could even do a fantasy draft. It's all up to you. You could start from the free agency, the off season. Go over to user created roster, go to the roster, press R1 twice to go to your files that you created. Click on it, simple. All you have to do is upload it. Now the online timers are going to pop up. I recommend just going through all of them and lowering all of them to the lowest they could go. Then press start whenever you're done. Enter your league name. It doesn't really matter whatever your name is going to be because your friends are still going to be able to find it. Now go over, select whatever team you are going to be on, not what your friends are on, what you are on. They're going to have the same exact option as this once you invite them. Once you select your team, this is going to pop up. Make sure you press R2 and go over to the automation and make sure everything is on if you want it to be like My Career and your team controls everything. You are not in control of trades. The computer will do it for you. Then just invite your friends. Go to online menu, league management, league members, press triangle and invite your friends. You're almost done at this point. All you have to do is just go to options, go to settings, go to position, and then press R2 until you get to your player. Tell everybody to do this and it's gonna have you player lock. You're gonna get subbed out, everything just like My Career once you do this. And that is just how you set everything up. Simple. So I ended up on the Spurs. So pretty much we just went online and found an NBA team wheel generator, and that's how we selected our teams. I ended up on the Spurs, my friend ended up on the Timberwolves, and my other friend ended up on the Wizards. We all had to make sure that the point guards of the teams that we ended up on in the wheel were low enough for us to start at 81 overall, which takes me to the caps that we put for ourselves. Pretty much the system that we did was we are all point guards, no secondary positions. We're all 81 overall with 25 badges each. You can make the badges whatever level you want as long as you stay at 81 overall. With the progressions, we all moved up to 82 when we said that's okay. The first thing that happened when we logged into the league before we even joined was DeMarcus Cousins got signed by the Hornets, and then that's when the trades just start going crazy. All you have to do is make sure that the timing settings for the CPU trades is at like 15 seconds, and they will start going crazy as soon as you join the league. First thing the Timberwolves did was trade Rudy Gobert for Gary Trent, and then Mike Conley for Lonnie Walker and Malik Beasley, and then they traded Naz Reid for Mo Wagner. I know it's crazy, it's hard to keep up with. And that's when my team got into the mix. We traded Keldon Johnson for Isaiah Joe and a first round pick, lottery protected. Then we traded Devin Vassell and Gorgie Jane for Malcolm Brogdon and a first round pick, top 3 protected. Then we traded Zach Collins and Birch for a 24 first round pick and Evan Fournier. So we're just trying to get draft picks. We traded away all of our centers, Roby and Trey Jones for Cameron Payne and a 24 first round pick. It's sad because the team I was put on just went full tank mode, and then Jaden McDaniels got traded for Brandon Clark. Pretty much is what's gonna happen from my experience is that the computer will just go crazy as soon as you join the league because they're just trying to rebuild the team based on what just happened. So make sure that timing setting for CPU trades is down all the way like 15 seconds. And then the Wizards decided to trade Bradley Beal for Jamal Murray and KCP. Big trades to start it off, and this is probably going to happen with you guys too. So this is my roster after all the trades. Malcolm Brogdon. Look, we had to sign Hassan Whiteside. I'll talk about that in a second because look how many point guards and shooting guards we had. We only had one center, Charles Bassey, and he got injured, and my team wasn't signing any free agents. Your team doesn't really sign free agents. It's kind of glitched out. So my friends let me sign Hassan Whiteside even though they wouldn't even let me get Dwight Howard because they just don't want me to be good. Doug McDermott was actually playing center for me. So yeah, my team does not have a good record. I pretty much finished the entire season off. This is what the Timberwolves roster looks like. Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, and then my friend on it. They're solid, bro. They're solid. Gary Trent Jr. got traded for Rudy Gobert, which is crazy. Boucher, Lon and that, Wagner, Clark, Lonnie Walker, Victor Oladipo, Beasley. They got a whole bunch of new faces. And this team, pretty solid, right? And you know what's crazy? You go to the Raptors because they ended up getting Rudy Gobert, and their team's looking crazy. Siakam, Fleet, Rudy Gobert, that Scotty Barnes, OG, Pirtle, Precious. They had a pretty nice team, but I don't even think they had a good record, to be honest. And then we're gonna go to the Wizards, the final team that my brother's on, and he has Porzingis, Jamal Murray, then also Kyle Kuzma. Then he has him at point guard. He ended up starting over Jamal Murray. Monte Morris, another point guard. Daniel Gafford, Denny, pretty much the same thing, along with KCP, back on the Wizards. So I'm not gonna lie, I started this year 6'3". I was like, I'm gonna be Steph Curry. I don't need to be tall, but it didn't work out. So I hit 20 years old and I had a growth spurt. I reached 6'5". But like I said, I went the whole season at 6'3". So these are the stats that I had at 6'3". 25, 8'5". I averaged 56%, 45% from 3, 93% from the free throw line. Nothing too crazy. I did only average 19 minutes a game because Popovich just wants to tank and lose on purpose. And speaking of tank, this is our lineup. This is what I had to work with the whole season. Brogdon, decent. Bates Diop, not decent. Sohan, not decent. I only had Whiteside for like 4 games, the last couple games. My center used to be Charles Bassey, and he got hurt. That's the only reason I was like, bro, I have to get a center. Please just let me sign somebody free agency, and they did. But the good news for me is I did load the draft class in, so I could get Victor or Scoop hopefully in the draft, and I just hope we get a big man to help me out, bro, because it's tough for me to play without a big man. And this is definitely new for me because I've never had a my career where I wasn't good and didn't make the playoffs. We are 12-15 right now. Look at the Nuggets, 9-20, and it's crazy. They have Bradley Beal, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, and I guess Jokic is hurt. So that kind of makes sense. But still, bro, how are they that bad with Bradley Beal? Anyways, right now we are 2 spots out of the play-in. I want to make the playoffs. I always have to make the playoffs. Otherwise, I feel weird. We just need 2 wins. We only have 2 games left versus the Clippers and Grizzlies. And, you know, I could say, you know, I'm going to win this because I'm in control. We did adjust the sliders to make it a little bit harder. And that's why you guys see some of those losses and these close wins. The last 2 wins I've had were determined by 1 score or less. And I had to drop 41 in 18 minutes just to even win by 3 points with a game-winning and 1 dunk. Like, Brogdon struggling. I swear he's on the same payroll as Popovich. He gets a raise if we tank or something because he's selling, bro. Look at Brogdon, 3 for 10. He doesn't want to make the playoffs. I only had 15 minutes this game, and I still somehow find a way to win. I just don't expect to make the playoffs. So yeah, Josh is leading all of us in scoring, 27 points a game, 7 rebounds, 9 assists, almost 3 steals a game, 62%. I'm second again, 25, 8 and 5 with a steal, 56%. And then my brother is averaging 19, 8 and 9. And as you guys can see, their games played is a lot less than me because I have a problem and an addiction to 2K and I play way too much. So I'm going to let them catch up to me. Yeah, but you guys will see my last 2 games, the important ones. So going back to the cap, we had 25 badges allowed. I had 6 finishing, 6 shooting, 10 playmaking, 3 defensive. So it's interesting. You know, Josh had 7, 7, 9, and 2. It's interesting to see how we all balanced it out at the end of it. You can make them whatever you want. My brother, 6, 7, 8, 4. You can make the badges whatever level you want as long as you stay at the 81 overall. Yeah, see, my team status is selling right now. But the good news is it's saying that we're trying to get Evan Mobley, Scotty Barnes, or Şengün in free agency. That's what I like. The Timberwolves are targeting Franz Wagner and RJ Hampton, and it says that they're contending. So, hey, they might be the favorites to win the championship, the Timberwolves. And then the Wizards are rebuilding. It says they're trying to get Chris Middleton and Kyrie Irving in the offseason, so that's interesting. It doesn't look like I'm gonna win MVP because I only have 2 games left, and right now Josh is in first place, so either him or my brother are gonna get MVP pretty much because Luka and Trae already finished their season out. Rookie of the year is pretty much the same as MVP. It's Josh, me, and then my brother. Ben Simmons, 6th man of the year? Huh? And bro, Cameron Payne, 6th man of the year. He's on my team, and Popovich almost gave him more minutes than me. He did at one point. He was getting 30, and I was getting 29. Josh is also leading candidate to get Defensive Player of the Year. He's a stat chaser, I'm not going to lie. So, you know, you're going to have some friends that do that too. They just chase them stats and awards. But I'm competitive, so I want it too. You're just lucky I wasn't my 6'5". You know, I've grown into my frame. Most improved player, Şengün. Okay, that's who we're targeting in the offseason. So that brings me to the free agency list. So my favorite player, James Harden, free agent, Kyrie Irving, Tyrese Halliburton, Kristaps Porzingis. So my brother's the center is leaving. We got Evan Mobley, Şengün, and also Scotty Barnes on our target list. So hopefully we could get one of them. I'll be happy if we get one of them, preferably like Evan Mobley or Şengün. But you guys will definitely see the last 2 games to see if I could get into the play-in. I'm going to be showing my friends' games too. I could record those, their playoff games if they get into the playoffs, their finals games, some of their regular season games, their crazy games. You guys are going to be seeing a little bit of everything. So if you want to, be sure to get like at least 10 likes on this video. Let's try to get 10 likes on this video and I'll drop episode 2. I hope you guys enjoy this. Hopefully you guys took something from it. Hopefully it's going to be a fun series. But yeah, hit that subscribe button if you guys aren't already subscribed, man. What are you guys doing? Hope you guys enjoy. This is ZTAY. Peace.